And now, another butt story from Snackboy.
Everybody out there, from Pasadena, California comes the newest episode, the newest snack. From us to you. Today's snack is concerning a person who's so deserving of a snack. Someone who's I'm getting emotional only because it's such an inspiration to me, and it's such a great person. But seriously, his name is Tom. He is one of the co-creators of The Sync. He is Carla's boyfriend. He is the voice behind the announcer portion of Snackboy. He begins the show. He sings for you. He says from Laurel, Maryland from you. He bears his heart and soul for you. And he says cut. He cuts me off, which is a problem. Because if you've ever won, I'll tell you one thing. There's a voice there, and you get to know the person when you work with him, but you have not had the joys of meeting and getting to work with Tom. I have, and he's a great guy. Today's snack's about Tom. Tom, this one's for you. Tom loves Taco Bell, and so does Carla, and that's no secret, and it's a great place to go, but they go every day, sometimes, 2 to 3 times a day, and they get a low-fat Taco Bell treat. And one day, Tom was at Taco Bell, but he wasn't at Taco Bell with Carla this particular day. This is a couple of years ago, people. We're going back in time. We're spanning time in reverse. We're spanning time in reverse. And if we span time backward, Tom was at Taco Bell with his best friend, Jason. Now, Jason is a great guy, but he's an interesting character. He kind of talks like this, and I don't want to say he's a nerd because I'm a nerd, but I don't want to say he's a nerd, but he collects sticks and lint, and he's a cool guy. He's his own person, and he loves Star Wars, and he's a part-time archaeologist by trade, and I think that's pretty darn special. But one of the coolest things about Jason is, as if you asked him, Jason, tell me something about yourself, he would say, well, I'm the world's oldest professional virgin. That's right, Jason is a professional virgin. He doesn't just do it, he does it well. He's very successful at it, and it's his choice. So Tom and Jason were watching the planes land at the airport that day. Like how they do in the movies. They were lying on top of the car, and the planes were flying overhead, and it was a beautiful moment, and they were like, well, let's go, Tom, after Taco Bell, and they were leaving. And as they were driving away, I don't know if it was the tacos, I don't know if it was the Pepsi, but Tom had in his soul building the biggest poop ever, and he just felt it coming. And I'm not trying to use potty humor, people, but this happened, and it's a story, and I need to get it out. It was told to me, and I need to channel it through. And he pulled over, and he's like, Jason, I got to go. And he ran into the woods. This is Tom, the great mystery announcer. And he ran into the woods, and he found a log, and he plopped down it, and he pulled down his baggy corduroy jeans, and he said that he took an explosive diarrhea. He said it was jet-propelled diarrhea. So one can only assume that it didn't just go in the leaves below, that it just sprayed amiss everywhere. Just diarrhea abound, if you will, and with little pieces of Taco Bell corn. And I'm not trying to be gross. It's my job to tell detail. And it's at this point, after being the parasite and the host being the diarrhea, Tom realized that he had nothing to wipe himself. He had no TP. And Jason was still in the car, and he goes, Jason! He called out to his friend, Jason! Oh, I hear Tom. So he goes to the woods, and he's like, oh, Tom, but he didn't want to look. There's his friend, butt out to the winds, to the gods, and to God, there's only one. And he covers his eyes like, oh, Tom, I don't want to see. And Tom's like, Jason, I need you to go back to the car, and I need you to find something I could wipe my butt with. And Jason goes back to the car, and something about Tom's car you should know. I know the time is getting near, but there's so much to tell. And he goes back to the car, and Tom's car is a mess. I mean, if anyone's he's a great person, but he keeps a messy car, and not just a messy car. I'm talking dysfunctionally messy. Not anymore, but so it was once I had to ride in the back of it, and there was like trash up to my neck, so I know. So Jason's like, oh, what to use? What to pick for his butt? And he goes back to Tom, I don't know what to use. And Tom's like, Taco Bell, there's napkins inside the Taco Bell bag, Jason. Yes, go back and get the napkins. And he gets the napkins, and he's like, I don't want to see. And he's like, just hand me the bag. And he throws him the bag, and out comes the most perfect, clean, untainted Taco Bell napkin that Tom's able to use to wipe his jet-propelled, diarrhea-splattered post-ass. And I just think that's a beautiful story because every time I drive by a Taco Bell, I mean, every place has got napkins, but it was very zen-like. It was there when Tom needed it, and Jason was there when Tom needed it, and there'll be more stories about Jason, the professional virgin, because Jason is going on his first date ever. He's 29, and he's going on his first date in real life. You know, Jason being the guy that got the diarrhea stuff to wipe Tom's ass, and I have to tell you that if you would like to hear about Jason's date, just let me know. Oh. Bye-bye. Collecting